Okay, we're back. Does everyone want to say hi, YouTube? We're so back with more Codecademy. Today is day 5 of learning how to code in Python. I had my first programmer breakdown yesterday. Yay! Not yesterday. Last lesson. I'm just having a really hard time with zero index, and I don't know why. Because it's like when I look at it, I know it's not that big of a deal. But it's like hard. It's one of those things I don't know why I'm not getting it. But someone on YouTube did explain it really well. It's the zero indexing with the brackets and the colon. And they were like, the left side's where you want it to start, the right side's where you want it to end. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. Yes, it's a negative index, dude. It's so hard. It's negative index and it's zero index. I am just not getting it. So I'm going to try my best today. But today we're learning tuples. Oh my God, I forgot how big this one is. So I think we'll finish with the articles and then move on to the next. What's the next thing in the syllabus? Lists. Loops! And then functions. Okay, so for everyone who's been like, why the hell is it taking them so long to introduce functions? Here we go. Ooh, Python code challenge is optional. Obviously we won't get to this today. Strings, modules, dictionaries, files, classes, next steps. I'm so glad there's so much more to learn. Loops! Yo, loops! I think we will get to loops today because in lists we only have 2 articles left and then we're done. So I think we will get to loops today. Loops is really short, so I think we'll finish this. Okay, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. Okay, tuples! Okay, let's see. Lesson 5, tuples and looples. Tuples and looples, baby. It's time. 9 years as a software dev and I'm still learning all the time. That makes me so happy because I feel that way about dancing. Like, I've been dancing for 15 years and I'm still learning new stuff all the time. And that makes it even more exciting because it's like there's so much to learn. Okay, let's learn about tuples. So let's see. I hit myself. Tuples. Learn about tuples in Python. Tuples are one of the built-in data structures in Python. Just like lists, tuples can hold a sequence of items and have a few key advantages. Tuples are more memory efficient than lists. Tuples have a slightly higher time efficiency than lists. So when they say time efficiency, do they mean time efficiency for how long it takes to write it or how long it takes the computer to return the information? Oh, how long to run it? Okay. Tuples hold a sequence of items and are more memory and time efficient. This is mostly because tuples are immutable, meaning we can't modify a tuple's elements after creating this one. Oh, right. We read this last time. You can't change it unless you go back to the original line or whatever. I kind of don't mind that at all. I mean, I'm sure I will when I start writing like a bajillion lines of code. And do not require an extra memory block like lists. Memory block. I don't know what a memory block is. Wait till you learn O notation for time and space. Time and space? Like in the sky? Space, like where the planets are? Oh. Tuple, dude, this goes back to node like Dialga and Palkia. Chat room? I'm an idiot. I don't know what these words mean. This goes back to my clip of me being like, dude, coding language was written by The Sims. Boolean, tuples, they're Pokemon. Oh my God. I'm ignoring you for 10 minutes. Y'all are on timeout. I'm just going to focus on my studies because some of us are trying to learn, okay? You're distracting me. Because of this, tuples are great to work with if you are working with data that won't need to be changed in your code. In this article, we'll cover features of tuples, they said my swear word, indexing, and common built-in methods and functions that can be used with tuples. In Python, tuples are defined with parentheses, with comma-separated values. Just like lists, tuples are sequences and can hold objects of different data types. This tuple has 4 items. We can see that we have 4 items separated by commas. Okay. I found that it's helpful in my notes when I actually like write down an example of what it looks like. Tuples are defined with parentheses. So example, my tuple equals parentheses ABC 1, 2, 3 DEF 4, 5, 6. Okay. Tuples are capable of holding one item as long as the item is followed by a comma. Oh. Can also hold one item, but must be followed by a comma. Okay. Tuple indexing and slicing. I don't want to talk about slicing. I don't want to talk about it. Items in a tuple can be accessed with their index, otherwise known as their position in the tuple. Take a look at the following tuple. ABC 1, 2, 3 DEF 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 GHI. Indices can be used to access specific items for this tuple. For example, if we want to access the first item, we can use index 0. Remember that Python is a 0 index language. Oh, bestie, I can't forget. I can't forget. I fail every quiz I do with 0 indexes. Don't you worry, I can't forget. We write the name of the tuple followed by brackets that contains the index to access the item. This code would print the first item, ABC. Okay. Accessing index of tuple print. That's cool that you can access it and print it at the same time. My tuple bracket 0. We can also apply slicing using a range of indices to access multiple items, just like in a list. The brackets should contain the first index as well as the index of the end item separated by colon. This code would print the items at positions 3 and 4. Okay. My tuple 3, 5. Common built-in functions. Oh, you can use len with this too. Cool. In contrast to lists, tuples have a limited number of built-in functions as they are immutable. Yeah, that makes sense because a lot of the other functions are like modifying, but they can't be modified. Hi, Mark. Who's this diva learning to code? I don't know. Who is she? The length of a tuple can be measured using the built-in function len. It takes the tuple as an argument to count the items in the tuple. Takes the tuple as an argument? Print len my tuple. Oh, I forgot len is like not a dot len. It's len length function also works with tuple. So it'd be print parentheses, len, parentheses. Oh yeah, my tuple. Max. The built-in function max. Oh, Max! Is Godfiend here? That's his real name. Hi, Lexomania. How are you? Oh, when you call a function, the things you specify between the parentheses are called arguments or parameters. Oh. Everyone knows that's his real name. I did not dox anybody. I did not dox anybody. The built-in function max returns the tuple's maximum value. Note that this function requires all of the values to be of the same data type. Oh, so it couldn't be this one. It wouldn't work with this. Wait, what? If used with numerical values, the function returns the maximum value. Oh, the highest one, so 101. If used with string values, the function returns the value at the tuple's maximum index as if it was sorted alphabetically. Oh, so it wouldn't return green. It would return red because in the computer brain, it's sorting alphabetically. That's really interesting. Oh, and it's the same with the number. Okay. And then if you try to mix them, it will throw an error. Okay. Muffin! Hi, BB. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? The string closer to the letter Z in the alphabet would have a higher index. I'm not doing great today. There's also a min one. Okay. Okay. Min and max return elements from tuple with the same type. So min is like the same thing. Okay, cool. Index, the built-in method index takes in a value as the argument to find its index in the tuple. What the fuck does that mean? Oh! Hold on. With tuples, you can ask it to tell you what the index number is. So I don't have to break my brain trying to figure out what the index is. Tuples, my beloved. Oh my God. Me to 0 index. You'll never see me again. You'll never see me again. Takes in a value as the argument to find its index. Finds an index for you. This is the best day ever. That's why people were saying not to worry. Thank God. Okay, so it would be my tuple dot index, and then you say what it is and it returns. Do you have to print it? So if you were to do my tuple dot index ABC, would anything happen, or do you have to print it to actually see what it is? You can do it with other data structures too. Oh my God. Okay. ABC returns 0. You can set it to another variable. Oh, if you want to actually see it, you'd have to print it. Okay, that makes sense. Count. Oh, try it. Don't mind if I do. Okay, the built-in method count takes in a value as the argument to find the number of occurrences in the tuple. So count ABC returns 2. Okay. Count takes in value and counts oh my God, I can't spell occurrences. My tuple dot count. Okay. Yay, I get to try it. I get to try tuples. Use print to see it. Got it. Got it. Take a look at the following code and play around with it to get a better understanding of tuples and different built-in functions and methods. Okay, so what happens when I run it? Okay. So what if I did, can I try, I can't do min-maxing because they have to be the same value and they're not. I guess I could make a second one. My tipple, my tipple 2, and that could be ABC. Wait, I could put chat room's name in here. Okay, hold on. Crunchy, comma, Zoe, comma, hair dryer, comma, lobotomite. I'll do one more. Targzip. Okay. So if I did my tuple 2 dot count Zoe, it should just return 1, right? Wait, how do I print it? Is it print and then that? It returned 1! Yay! Cool. Okay. And then what if I did print my tuple 2 dot maximum dot max parentheses. Wait, what the hell? Wait, no, it wasn't dot max, was it? No, it was, okay, hold on. Oh, I didn't write down how to use this. Oh, it's like len. So I have to do, max my tuple. Print max my tuple should print Zoe, because Zoe is a Z. I fucked up. Okay, where'd I fuck up? Line 14, there is no line 14. Oh, it's my tuple 2. Never mind. Print max my tuple. Unexpected EOF while parsing. There's no line 14 though. What is it pointing at? Maybe, Oh my God. I see it. Sorry. Zoe! Yay! Okay, and then if I do min, then it should be crunchy, because crunchy starts with a C. Okay, if I did len, it should return 5. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing that I fucking hate, which is indexing. Okay, print my tuple 2, and I want to print Zoe to lobotomite. So I want to leave out crunchy and targzip. So if I wanted to do that, it would be 1 because it's a 0 index, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4 because it needs to cut off targzip, and targzip is 4. So that should give me Zoe hairdryer lobotomite. Yay! Woo! Okay, so if I did nothing to 4, it should be crunchy Zoe hairdryer lobotomite. Yay! And then if I do 1 to nothing, it should be Zoe hairdryer lobotomite targzip. Oh my God, okay, it's happening. And then I really wanted to do the index one because I find it really interesting that you can find the index of something. So let's say dot index Zoe should return 1. So I can do print and then all of this in parentheses. So that should return 1. Chat room. Holy fuck. That's my favorite response anytime I'm coding and I do something really like not difficult and someone goes, holy fuck. Someone stop her. She's going insane. It just feels good to start to get it because I've been doing the zero index practice every single day trying to get it. Hi, Mandy. I'm learning Python. We are learning Python. I should put that in the title. Learning to code day 5, Python. There. Okay. I think I'm ready to move on. Print my tuple 2.index Zoe. Print my tuple 2. Oh, Lunar, I'm sorry. I think it thought it was a link because you put Python.3.10 or whatever. Sorry. Moobot is really good at timing out people who aren't posting links and then letting actual links get through the chat. I'm really sorry. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It just sees dot something and it's like, that's a website. It pulls out a gun. Okay, what was the next one? I'm gonna have my sip of my coffee. Someone told me about zipping. I know, I love the XP increase. This website was made for the gamers. Yeah, C# looks hard. That's impressive, though, that you know 3 languages. It sees a dot with no spaces and pulls out the Glock. Moobot keeps that thing on him at all times. Okay, combining lists. I need to start highlighting my notes. Combining lists with zip. Okay, learn about a popular Python built-in function called zip. In Python, we have an assortment of built-in functions that allow us to build our programs faster and cleaner. One of those functions is called zip. The zip function allows us to quickly combine associated data sets without needing to rely on multidimensional lists. While zip can work with many different scenarios, we are going to explore only a single one in this article. Okay, let me just write down the definition. Zip function allows us to quickly combine associated data sets without needing to rely on, so like 2D lists, I think is multidimensional. Quickly combine lists. My writing today is awful, dude. I'm all over the place. I keep like having to scratch out stuff. While zip can work with many different scenarios, we are going to explore only a single one in this article. Let's use a list of student names and associated heights as our example data set. Jenny is 61 inches tall, Alexis is 70 inches tall, Sam is 67 inches tall, Grace is 64. How many was I again? How many inches is 5'8"? I forgot. 68 inches. Alexis is taller than me. Me and Sam are like the same height, kind of. Alexis is taller than me. I'm using Codecademy. Suppose that we already had a list of names and a list of heights. If we want to create a nested list, nested. That's what we call it in Adobe Premiere when you're editing and you want to combine a bunch of stuff into one singular like value. You call it nesting. My skills are melding together. I'm starting to get it. If we wanted to create a nested list that paired each name with a height, we could use the built-in function zip. The zip function takes 2 or more lists as inputs and returns an object that contains a list of pairs. Each pair contains one element from each of the inputs. This is how we would do it for our names and heights. So it would need to be in the correct order. Because if it was like, if the heights were like backwards, it would assign the wrong heights to the wrong people. Nesting generally is putting a thing into another thing. Okay, well, I didn't know that until I learned Premiere. Okay, let me have this. The zip function takes 2 or more lists and input returns an object. Names and, oh, so you set it to a new variable and then you use, oh, interesting. Okay. Zip example. Names and heights equals zip parentheses. Oh, interesting. My brain would have assumed it's names plus heights, but it's names, comma, heights. Names, comma, heights. My brain is like, you add them, but it's not adding, it's combining. So it's the comma. I'm going to underline the comma so I don't forget. If we were to then examine this new variable, names and heights, we would find it looks a bit strange. Would output zip object? Okay. Oh, you got to convert it. The zip object contains the location of this variable in our computer's memory. Don't worry though, it is fairly simple to convert this object into a usable list by using the built-in function list. Okay. So I personally wouldn't name it names and heights if I knew it was going to break and I'd have to assign it to a new variable. I'd make this like names and heights underscore zip, and then I would make this part names and heights, because I feel like that's easier to remember, to make sure you're printing the right thing. Like I do this when I'm oh my God. What's wrong with my brain today? When say I have like an ad read for a company, they have to approve it first. So like I will like export it and call it like ad read draft, because I know they're probably going to come back to me and be like, okay, change this, lower the music, say this, change this part of the script, whatever. And then when they approve it, I can export it as like ad read or whatever. You could do it in one line. Oh, you can do it in one line? So it could be names and heights equals, wait, what the fuck? Names and heights equals list parentheses zip parentheses names and heights. Will they let me play with it at the end? Oh, I can play with it. Okay. Technically, you can do everything in one line. It just becomes unreadable, just like my handwriting. Oh my God, list and then zip inside the list. Okay. Must convert with list to make oh my God. Instead of writing a D, I wrote a B. What wrong with my brain? So it would be new variable equals list parentheses names and heights. Okay. And then you can print this or whatever. Outputs Jenny 61, Alexa 70, Sam 67, Grace 64. I wonder what happens if you have too many. Like if one list was 4 things and another list was 5 things, maybe the 5th thing would be its own little. Notice 2 things. Our data set has been converted from a zip memory object to an actual list denoted by the brackets. Our inner lists don't use square brackets around the values. This is because they have been converted into tuples. We have tuples. Try it. I love when you guys say that. I love when you guys say try it. Every time I'm like, chat, can I do this? And you guys are like, I don't know. Try it. See what happens. So these inner lists are tuples. They're not lists. So I would assume that by the time you convert this, you cannot change this at all. I'm going to try it. Okay, use zip to create a new variable called names and dogs names. Alphonse, Dr. Doggy, DDS, Carter, Ralph. If these were cat names, it'd be like dishwasher, Ford F-150, lard, universal remote control. Cat names are so insane. Create a new variable. Okay, hold on. Okay, so if I wanted to do both, I would do print This is going to be a lot. Print, parentheses, list, parentheses, zip, parentheses, owners, comma, dogs, names. Oh my God, it worked! Oh my God, it worked! The whole time I was writing that, I was like, this looks like gibberish. This straight looks like gibberish. Does anyone know why it's been printing twice? Oh, I wonder if it's because I'm hitting Control Enter and not just hitting run. Interesting. It worked. Okay, hold on. So let me add one more to dogs' names. Let's add Godfiend, because he is a dog. So I would assume that what prints looks like this, except Godfiend becomes his own tuple at the end. It didn't show up. Does there need to be a comma after Godfiend? No, it doesn't work. But if I put another owner, so like Avery, then it should be Grace Ralph, comma, Avery Godfiend. Oh my God! Wait, so it just doesn't show up. It just like cuts it off. Zip only goes by what's shorter. Print, list, zip, flip, twist, mix, shit, frig. Bars. Okay, that's interesting. I kind of wish it would return the values of what got cut off so you don't like lose it, but that's fine. I'll figure it out. Bop it, twist it. Oh, how cool. We finished the section! Very satisfied. Is there anything we can do to improve your experience? No. Next lesson! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, so what's the next one again? It was loops. Loops. I just got jump scared by this person. Dude, when this jumps out at you, oh my God, I got scared. Okay, loop time. Loops. I will not write smelly code. Dude, the way that chat is so hyped for loops right now, I'm excited to find out why loops are so exciting. Okay, what are loops? In our everyday lives, we tend to repeat a lot of processes without noticing. For instance, if we want to cook a delicious recipe, we might have to prepare our ingredients by chopping them up. We chop and chop and chop until all of our ingredients are the right size. At this point, we stop chopping. If we break down our chopping task into a series of 3 smaller steps, we have an initialization. We're ready to cook and have a collection of ingredients we want to chop. We will start at the first ingredient. Repetition, we're chopping away. We are performing the action of chopping over and over on each of our ingredients, one ingredient at a time. And end condition, we see that we have run out of ingredients to chop, so we stop. Speaking of bars, loops are where it gets real. I can't wait. In programming, this process of using an initialization, repetitions, and an ending condition is called a loop. Okay, loop is a process of initialization, repetition, and an end. In a loop, we perform a process of iteration, repeating tasks. Iteration. Repeating tasks. Programming languages like Python implement 2 types of iteration. Indefinite iteration, where the number of times the loop is executed depends on how many times a condition is met, or definite iteration, where the number of times the loop will be executed is defined in advance. Oh, so an indefinite iteration, I could be like, just do it until you run out of ingredients or whatever. Okay, let me write this down. Indefinite iteration. Chat, don't distract me. I'm trying to focus. Chat, shh. I'm trying to focus. Number of loops depends on times condition is met. Shh. Teacher, Chad is talking to me. Teacher. Definite iteration. Number of times loop executed is predefined. Typically, we will find loops being used to iterate a collection of items. In the above example, we can think of our ingredients we want to chop as our collection. This is a form of definite iteration, since we know how long our collection is in advance and thus know how many times we need to iterate over the collection of ingredients. Some collections might be small, like a short string, while other collections might be massive, like a range of numbers from 1 to 10 million. But don't worry, loops give us the ability to masterfully handle both ends of the spectrum. This simple but powerful concept saves us a lot of time and makes it easier for us to work with large amounts of data. In this lesson, we'll learn how to use Python to implement both definite and indefinite iteration in our own programs. Instructions: look over and over. That's cute. They're fun. Their jokes are funny. They got jokes. Boring. Shh, Brianna. Shh. I'm trying to focus. Look over and over the provided diagram, then go to the next exercise to get looped in. Y'all ready to get looped in? Okay, why loops? Before we get to writing our own loops, let's explore what programming would be like if we couldn't use loops. Loops. Control structure that can execute a statement or a group of, okay. Let's say we have a list of ingredients and we want to print every element in the list. If we only use print, our program might look like this. So that's a lot of code. Girl, if you're dumb, I'm dumber. Whatever below dumb is. I'm stupid. I'm downright stupid. The output would be milk, sugar, vanilla, extract, dough, chocolate. Oh, but maybe we could set up a loop to print every ingredient until there's none left. And then we wouldn't have to write all this. That's still manageable. We're writing 5 print statements or copying and pasting a few times. Now imagine if we come back to this program and our list had 10 or 24,000 or 100 million elements. It would take an extremely long time, and by the end, we could still end up with inconsistencies and mistakes. Don't dwell too long on this tedious scenario. We'll learn how loops can help us out in the next exercise. For now, let's gain an appreciation for loops. Using 10 print statements, print out, this can be so much easier with loops. Okay. This can be so much easier with loops. Does it want me to write them all? I'm locked in. I'm going to write them all. This can be so much easier with loops. This can be so much easier with loops. I need to learn. One thing about me is I need to learn the hard way. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to learn. This can be so much easier with loops. Okay, we're halfway there. Halfway there, chat. This can be so much easier with loops. This can be so much easier with loops. I think my carpal tunnel's getting worse. This can be so much easier with loops. This can be so much easier with loops. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Wait, how many? Wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm 1 ahead. So I need 1 more? No, I need 2 more. Be so much easier with loops. I'm so confused because my brain is now obsessed with 0 indexes, and I'm like, why doesn't the first line start at 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we did it! We did it! Yay! Yay! Okay, cool. I have an appreciation. Holy fuck! Y'all will say holy fuck to anything, and it really like gets me going. I don't know how to explain it. It really it gives me the praise I've been looking for. Every time someone goes, holy fuck. Okay. For loops, introduction. Oh, I thought it meant for loops like for you. No. Now that we can appreciate what loops do for us, let's start with your first type of loop, a for loop, a type of definite iteration. Okay. For loop, a definite iteration. So that means it has a predefined number of times it wants the loop to execute. In a for loop, we will know in advance how many times the loop will need to iterate because we will be working on a collection with a predefined length. In our examples, we will be using Python lists as our collection of elements. With for loops, on each iteration, we will be able to perform an action on each element of the collection. Dude, this whole statement made my brain explode. With for loops, because trying to read it when it's combining English and Python into one sentence, it's giving like Spanglish, you know what I mean? Where you're like mixing languages makes my brain spin. On each iteration, we will be able to perform an action on each element of the collection. Okay. Hurts my brain. For loop, my beloved. Before we work with any collection, let's examine the general structure for a for loop. We're using carrots. New symbol just dropped. Temporary variable in collection. Oh, never mind. Oh my God, it's like an if statement. It's like an if statement or an elif statement or an else statement. Okay. The structure is for variable in collection action. For game in board games, but game isn't a defined variable. Let's break down each of these components. A for keyword indicates the start of a for loop. Oh, and then this is the initialization, then this is the end? Oh wait, I guess there is no end. A temporary variable that is used to represent the value. Oh, temporary variable that is used to represent the value of the element in the collection the loop is currently on. An in keyword separates the temporary variable from the collection used for iteration. So that's the reason it's not defined is because it's a temporary variable. So you're making a new one. A collection to loop over. In our examples, we will be using a list. So this is the list. This is the collection that we're using. An action to do anything on each iteration for the loop. So I could print it. Let's link these concepts back to our ingredients example. This for loop prints each ingredient in ingredients. For ingredient in ingredients, print ingredient. Oh my God. Okay, ingredient is the temporary variable. Ingredients is the collection that we do have that's predefined. And then print this temporary one is the action performed on every iteration using the temporary variable. Okay. Oh, so this should print Settlers of Catan, Carcassonne, Power Grid, Agricola, Scrabble. Some things to note about for loops, temporary variables. A temporary variable's name is arbitrary and does not need to be defined beforehand. They answered my question! She's cooking! That's what makes it a higher level language and not something horrible like assembly or binary. Oh, I've never heard of those. I'm scared. A temporary variable's name is arbitrary, doesn't need to be defined beforehand. Both of the following code snippets do the exact same thing as our above example. For I in ingredients, for item in ingredients. Right. It's just harder to read. It would be a lot easier to read this than just making up a random letter. I wonder what would happen if if it's a temporary variable, I would assume it only works in these lines of code, and then it doesn't work again unless you define it again. So I'm assuming that I couldn't go further down and print game again because I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. You don't have to say it, Chad. I'm going to try it. Okay. Programming best practices suggest we make our temporary variables as descriptive as possible. It's like I'm saying a sentence and then Codecademy also says the sentence. I need to shut the hell up and just read. Since each iteration step of our loop is accessing an ingredient, it makes more sense to call our temporary variable ingredient rather than I or item. Indentation, notice that in all of these examples, the print statement is indented. So that's just like an if statement. Oh, Noldor, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind. Thanks for coming to hang out. It's just a lot of me yapping, try to figure stuff out. Notice that in all of these examples, the print statement is indented. Everything at the same level of indentation after the for loop declaration is included in the loop body and is run on every iteration of the loop. So will it not work if it's not indented? Because this one is not indented. So I feel like this won't work. If we ever forget to indent, we'll get an indentation error. Okay, so this would give an indentation error. Okay. Okay, elegant loops. Ooh, my kind of loops because I'm an elegant lady. Elegant loops. Python loves to help us write elegant code, so it allows us to write simple for loops in one line. So I could just do one line. In order to see the below example as one line, you may need to expand your narrative window. Oh, like make it longer so it doesn't like move down. Here is the previous example in a single line. For ingredient, in ingredients, colon, print ingredient. It's the same. There's just no indent. It's on the same line. Note, one-line for loops are useful for simple programs. It is not recommended you write one-line loops for any loop that has to perform multiple complex actions on each iteration. Doing so will hurt the readability of your code, may ultimately lead to bug your code. So that's basically like a run-on sentence. Like if you were to write a book and all you wanted to write was Avery love old game, Avery want old game, it would be fine to write it in one sentence. But if you wanted to write like 10 pages and you did it in one line, it would just be like one run-on sentence. And it would be like so impossible to read. Avery want old game. Me want old Sims, not new Sim. Okay, let me write down indentation is important, like if statements. Chat, is for also a statement or is it a function? For keyword indicate. I feel like it's a statement. For loop, or is it a loop? Elegant loops can eat my butt. Avery want food. 4 is a number. Okay, that helped a lot. Thank you, Anthony, for answering my question. Thank you so much. Any code at this level of indentation will run on each iteration of the loop. Okay, and then elegant loop. For statement written in one line, parentheses, not recommended for complex loops. And then it would be for variable. Y'all, I think I have to take a shit. In collection, colon, action. Are y'all not supposed to say like every thought out loud? Let me finish my coffee so I can make sure that it comes out okay, you know? I like took a breath in while drinking my coffee. Run the code, we should get an indentation error. That's what I said. You guys, that's what I said. Holy fuck, she has to shat. How you take your coffee? Well, this one is decaf. Because I already had a coffee this morning, but I didn't want to have a second one because if I have 2 in a day, it makes me all like shaky and it makes my stomach upset. So I made decaf because it has a little bit of coffee in it. And I feel like it gives me a little bit of like a placebo effect where I'm like, oh, I can smell the coffee. I can see the coffee. I'm holding the mug in my hands. I'm now getting more energized. It's just the way you fit it in mid-sentence and went back to writing. That was really funny. Thank you. I'm here all week. Okay, so I would assume that if I put the colon here and I hit enter, it would automatically indent the same way if statements do. Print game. I know that's fucking right. Indent 2 spaces or tab, line 6, so that we don't. So someone specifically removed those indents. Comment, Godfiend, I know you're fucking up my code, you skank bitch. Comment, when I find you, it's over. He's not even here today. He's been here for like every stream except today. Write a for loop that prints each sport in the list sports. Okay, so it would be for. My watch is reminding me to sit up straight. I could do for game again because now that it's not indented, I've ended it. So I could do for game again. I also just want to see what happens. In sport games, print game. Oh, but there's no space in between. I don't like that. It's hard to read when there's no space in between. How would you add a space? Could I put like a comma here? No, I broke it. Could I do print nothing? Print nothing worked! Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. So I'm starting to forget English because I'm learning so much Python. Holy fuck. Me when I write print, an empty print. I'm starting to forget how to speak English because I'm just speaking Python all the time. Okay, cool. For loops using range. Promise, I will finish the Python loops module. I will. What happens if you print in the loop? That's a good question. Is my writing still here? Yes. Print in the loop? What do you mean print? Oh, like print nothing inside the loop? Print. It separates them all because it's a loop, so it's doing this over and over again, so every single name is separated. So I could also do, print, and then I could put like a bunch of dashes here, and then I could do print. I think I just pissed a little. I think I just pissed in my pants. I think I peed it in my pants a little bit. Oh my God. That's so cool. Okay. Using range, and then I'll go to the bathroom. Often we won't be iterating through a specific list or any collection, but rather only want to perform a certain action multiple times. For example, if we wanted to print out a learning loops message 6 times using a for loop, we would follow this structure. For variable in list of length 6. Print learning. Oh, wait, huh? Oh, is that saying 6 times? Notice that we need to iterate through a list with a length of 6. But we don't necessarily care what is inside of the list. To create arbitrary collections of any length, we can pair our for loops with the trusty Python built-in function range. An example of how the range function works is code generates a collection of 6 integer elements from 0 to 5. Oh, we did learn about this. We did learn about this where it makes its own list with a range. So 6 steps is now a collection of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We can then use the range directly in our for loops as the collection to perform a 6-step iteration. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. So it would print learning loop 6 times. Okay. What was it called again? For range? For loops using range. Okay. For loops range. Can use range to define how many times loop is executed. Every time I say that, I think like killed. How many times it's executed. For variable in range 6. Print hi. I don't know. Print the end is near. Print end is nigh. Something to note is we are not using temp anywhere inside of the loop body. If we are curious about which loop iteration step we're on, we can use temp to track it. But temp is the variable, isn't it? Since our range starts at 0, we will add +1 to our temp to represent how many iteration steps in our... Wait, huh? Oh, so it tells you what number it is. I had to count the other ones. Oh, that's smart. We will add +1 to our temp to represent how many Oh. Okay. Can add plus string temp +1 to count £1, 2 shillings, and 2 pence. Thank you, Jay. Hello, BB. How you doing? Okay, let's try out using range in a for loop. Use the range function in a for loop to print out the provided promise variable 5 times. Okay, so that would be for promise list in promise. Oh wait, no. Wait, but how? Because the range has to be its own. Wait, what? So this is supposed to be a temporary variable, no? For temp in range. So I have to print this manually. I can't refer to promise. No, well, sorry, I don't even know why I looked there. To print it 5 times. So range 5, print, I will finish the Python loops module. Wait, so I can't. It worked, but I can't print. Can I print just promise? Can I do print promise? Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. I think I've been taking this too literally, like the examples. Okay, and then if I did print, what if I did print promise plus, what was it? String temp +1? Or string promise +1? String promise +1. Will that work? No, I broke it. Promise plus 1. Why did the plus not work? String promise plus 1. Print. So this probably doesn't make any sense. Print. What if I just did print promise plus 1? What am I doing wrong? Is it comma? Oh, now it's literally, okay. Hold on. Stop. No. Ah. So when they showed it here, it's with an actual written thing. So promise. Oh, promise plus string promise plus 1 and then another parentheses. Will that work? What am I doing wrong? Can only concatenate string, not integer to string. So what if I literally wrote me finish Python loop? Wait, what am I doing wrong? It's the temporary one, promise list. I was using the permanent variable, not the temporary variable. Okay. When it points to the symbol, I like hone in on the symbol and I'm like, what is the wrong symbol that I'm using? Okay. The string has to be the temporary list. What happens if you put loop in another loop? Oh my God. I blow up Code Academy. I blow up Code Academy. Let me wait till we get further in and then I'll try it. Because it's kind of hard to put a loop within a loop if there's... I will try it, but not right now. I also have to pee. So I think I'm going to take a quick stretch. We are back. I'm ready. I went to the bathroom. I stretched. I looked out a window. How many cats do you have? I have 2 very persistent and stubborn cats. Yeah, speaking of loop, so you want to talk about loops? That's what Wasabi was in. It's true. Okay. Everyone, lock in. We're back to loops. While loops. Introduction. In Python, for loops are not the only type of loops we can use. Another type of loop is called a while loop and is a form of indefinite iteration. So this one will just keep going. Oh, and then when it actually hits its like natural end, you can print the loop is over. Okay. While loop. Form of indefinite iteration. A while loop performs a set of instructions as long as a given condition is true. Boolean reference. What are you using to learn to code? Codecademy. I'm using Codecademy. I really like it. A lot of like the more professional programmers have said that like the teaching order is really weird, but I really like it. So while loops is how you accidentally lock up and crash your PC. Oh, fun! This is going to be a good time then. The structure follows this pattern. While conditional statement action. Okay. While conditional statement action. So there's oh, conditional. So is the conditional statement? Oh, the conditional statement is like, okay. While conditional statement action. Let's example this, where we print the integers 0 through 3. Oh, and you tell it to count, and then it counts until it gets to 3? While count less than or equals to 3. So, okay, let's break the loop down. Count is initially defined with the value 0. The conditional statement in the while loop is count less than or equal to 3, which is true at the initial iteration of the loop. So the loop body executes, and it'll keep going until it hits 4, then it'll just end. Okay, inside the loop body, count is printed and then incremented by 1. Oh, and we use, what are these called? The plus equals sign? What are these called? We learned about these. Logical operators? I think it's logical operators. We learned those on like day 1. That's so exciting. Inside the loop body, count is printed and then incremented by 1. Hey, Codecademy, can you come back? Diva? Thank you. When the first iteration of the loop has finished, Python returns to the top of the loop and checks the conditional again. After the first iteration, count would be equal to 1, so the conditional still evaluates to true, and so the loop continues. Yeah, it stops at 3! Okay. Note the following about while loops before we write our own. Indentation similar to a for loop, everything at the same level of indentation after the while loop declaration is run on every iteration of the loop while condition is true. That makes sense. I think it's cool you can also comment in a loop too. That's really nice. I didn't even think about that. God Fiend, I've already threatened you once today. You weren't even here. We learned about the min and max function in tuples. And I was like, max function, or max. While count less than equals to 3, print count, and then count plus 1, and then it keeps looping until it hits 4, and then it doesn't print that. That's a lie. I do not function.
Bruh.
That was a good one. Elegant loops are so fucking bad. Don't use them. Yeah, we were talking about it, and I was like, if it's like a really simple program, I would assume it'd be fine. Because I was comparing it to like, would you rather write like an actual full paragraph, or would you rather write me hungry for food? Me want food. Avery want food. So I feel like I'm probably not going to use elegant loops. The irony that they're called elegant, though, is really funny. Just put it in 2 lines. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Elegant loops, similar to for loops, Python allows us to write elegant one-line while loops. Oh, and now I got to use a semicolon? I don't think so. This is too complicated. Here we separate each statement with a semicolon to denote a separate line of code. Oh, that's okay. I don't want it. Chat told me I shouldn't use it, so. Oh my God. This one instruction's really long. Listen, programmers have a lot of wild opinions on what is good. That's fair. I've already had programmers fighting in my YouTube comments. And then there's just me being like, yay, I learned how to loop. And then my comment section is like, it's so stupid that you could possibly think that an if and for else if statement could possibly tuple into a list function statement. And then I'm just like, yay, I made an 8 ball. 8 ball. Okay, let's do this. Examine the while loop from the narrative in your code editor. There are additional print statements to help visualize the iterations. Run the code to see what happens on each iteration of the loop. Okay, let me read it first. Okay, count equals 0. Print starting while loop. While count less than or equals to 3. Print loop iteration count. Wait, what? Loop iteration count less than or equal to 3 is still true. Print count is currently blank. Count plus 1. Print. That's what I printed earlier when I wanted the separator. Was the hyphens. While loop ended. Oh, but the print while loop isn't in the loop, because if it was in the loop, it would it would write that every single loop, but you don't want it to write that every single loop. You only want it to write when it ends. So it should be like loop iteration, count is still true, count is currently 0. And then the hyphens. And then loop iteration, count is still true, count is currently 1. And then hyphens. And then when it's actually done, when it hits 4, it'll print this. While true, argue about stupid shit, parentheses. Now that's what we call an indefinite loop because it never ends. Because it never ends. Okay. When you're finished, comment out the example to make space for the rest of the checkpoints. Example. Comment out the example to make space for the rest of the checkpoints. What example? To quickly comment out the code, use your cursor or mouse to highlight all the code. Press Command. Oh! Y'all knew about this the whole time? You didn't tell me you could comment out everything? Oh my God. If you notice the run button spinning continuously or a lost connection to Codecademy message in an exercise, you may have an infinite loop. If the stop condition for our loop is never met, we will create an infinite loop which stops our program from running anything else. To exit out of an infinite loop in an exercise, refresh the page, then fix code for your loop. Okay, I think I need to write that down. I feel like that's important. If you hit infinite loop, refresh page, then fix code. Can I make one? How do I make an infinite loop? I want to break it. I want to break it. So if I do this again, it uncomments it. So what if I do while count is greater than or equal to 0? Well, that will be like an infinite, right? Because that'll just keep going. Because it will always be equal to or greater than 0, because it's just going to keep going. Wait. What happens? What if my stream shuts down? What if you get that, like, not like this, like broken thing? Hold on. I'm nervous. I don't want to hit it. I feel like my computer's going to explode. I broke it! Yay! Oh, it refreshed itself. That's cool. That's kind of neat that it refreshed itself. But I broke it. The NVIDIA 480 is at 100% capacity. You know, I have to have... when I got my 480, I had to buy a whole new computer case. And not only that, Dan had to install a shelf to hold its weight, because if there was no shelf, the 480 would just start tilting downwards because it was so heavy. So we had to install a thing that like a support beam thing to hold it up so that it didn't just like fall over. Yeah, 480's chunky. Okay. So they still, oh my God. Control forward. I didn't hit run. I didn't. No, I broke it again. Okay, we're fine. Okay, let's write a while loop. Wait, is the comments what made it break? No, okay, cool. Let's write a while loop that counts down from 10 to 0 inclusive. Countdown to me kicking Godfiend in the balls. As we saw in the narrative, our key components will be 1, a variable to keep track of the count and also help our loop eventually stop. 2, a condition that our while loop will check on each iteration. And 3, several code statements to execute on each iteration of the loop. Ball kick counter. Countdown to me kicking Godfiend in the goddamn nuts. Okay, let's tackle the first component. Create a variable named countdown, set the value to 10. Okay, countdown equals 10. Cool. Now let's tackle the actual while loop. Okay, so countdown loop. Define a while loop that will run while our countdown variable is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, it was while, did I write down how to do it? While countdown, is it while countdown greater than or equal to? Greater than or equal to 10 colon? I'm trying not to scroll up because I want to practice writing it myself, and then if there's an error, then I can learn how to fix it. On each iteration, we should print the value of the countdown variable. We should decrease the value of the countdown variable. Okay, so print time until Max is kicked in the nuts. And then it could be is it plus countdown? So it would show the number. And then countdown, is it minus equals? Wait, what? Wait. Plus equals minus equals 1. Make sure to only print the value of countdown. Print time until Max is kicked. Oh, only print the value of count. Oh, fine. You guys are no fun. You're no fun. Did you create a while loop that will run as long as countdown is greater than or equal to 0? Oh, I put 10. Yay! Now that we've built our loop, let's commemorate our success by printing "we have liftoff." That's so cute! So after the while loop means it needs to be not indented, because if it was still indented, it would print "we have liftoff" after every single count. Print "we have kicked Godfiend in the balls." Yay! 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 Kicked hard enough for liftoff. Yeah. We have liftoff. Godfiend is in orbit. And all the children clapped. And they all clapped. Okay. Ooh, loops and lists. Oh my God. We got list loops. A while loop isn't only good for counting. Similar to how we saw for loops working with lists, we can use while loops to iterate through a list as well. Let's return our ingredient list. Ingredients: milk, sugar, vanilla extract, dough, chocolate. We know that while loops require some form of variable to track the condition of the loop to start and stop. Take some time to think about what we would use to track whether we need to stop the loop if we want to iterate through ingredients and print every element. If these bitches are gonna say index, I'm going to rip out all of my eyelashes one by one on stream. If they say I have to do this through index, I'm actually gonna lose it. Oh, it's the length! Yay! It's the length! Yay! It's not index. Yay! Ah! It's index! It is index. Dude! Oh. Well, let's get started. Let's get started. God damn it. I can't escape indexes. They're everywhere, man. They're my mortal enemy, for sure. But the index is just a temporary variable. Not in my mind. Index is forever, unfortunately. We know that a list has a predetermined length. If we use the length of the list as the basis for how long our while loop needs to run, we can iterate the exact length of the list. We can use the built-in Python len function to accomplish this. So this would be length would equal to 5. See, this is where I get messed up. This is where I get messed up. Length and index, I get confused all the time because my brain would be like, okay, index would say this is 4, but length would say this is 5. And I think that's where I get confused. I need to practice. We can then use this length in addition to another variable to construct the while loop. So length equals len ingredients, index equals 0. While index is less than length, print ingredients plus 1. And then it stops when it's hit the length. Oh. I would have thought there would be an easier way to do this. I don't know why, I just would have assumed it would print in an easier way. Like, didn't we do this with for loops? Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's break this down. Okay. So, while loop, what was it? Length? While loop lists. While loop lists determine length of list, which is length equals len parentheses list name, and then define index at 0, index equals 0. While the index is less than the length, it just keeps printing until it hits it. And then, okay, begin loop while index is less than, what was the other thing? Length. Oh my God. While loop propaganda. This is the OG way to do it. I kind of like that I'm learning the OG way to do it. I still would prefer a for loop, but like, there's an easier way. They just want to make you do while loops. Okay, that's fair. Okay. Print list name and then bracket index and then add index. Increment index to access the next element in ingredients list. Each iteration gets closer to making the conditional no longer true. Okay. Then index plus equals 1. Our final output would be this. Okay, I think I get it. I don't think I need the explanations. It is complicated. I don't want to do this, but I will because I'm learning. We are going to write a while loop to iterate over the provided list Python topics, variables, control flow, loops, modules, classes. First, we will need a variable to represent the length of the list. This will help us know how many times our while loop needs to iterate. Okay, so it would be Python, it's telling me what to do. Okay, create a variable length, set its value to be the length of, so it'd be length equals len Python underscore topics. Okay, next we will require a variable to compare our length to our length variable to make sure we're able to implement the condition that eventually allows the loop to stop. So that would be index equals 0. Now let's build our loop. We want our loop to iterate over the list of Python topics. And on each iteration, print, I am learning about element from Python topics. For this loop, we will need the following components: a condition for our while loop, a statement in the loop body to print from our condition, a statement in the loop body to increment our index forward. Okay. I love how it's constantly like, you might have made an infinite loop. Okay, let's try to do this. While Index is less than length. Print, what is it? I am learning about plus, no, wait, what the fuck? Hold on. How would you add it with words? I am learning about, would it be, would it be plus Python topics bracket 0? And then index plus equals 1. I'm gonna try it. Shit. Yeah, how do I do this? Because it taught me how to do like printing each thing, but I'm like, how do I add it to, where are my notes? Would this be in parentheses? Will that fix it? No. Oh, I feel like we've gone over this. Is it comma? Okay. I did not do this. I'm learning about me on the brink of tears trying to remember indexes. I'm learning about. Okay. Compared to the output mentioned in the checkpoint. I just like don't know how to combine these because they taught me only to do print Python topics index, not like add words to it. So I think that's why I'm like a little overwhelmed. What if I did print I am learning about print Python topics 0? No. What the fuck? Plus didn't work and comma didn't work. How do I add them together? Is it plus Python topics 0? Okay, it's not adding 1. But we're getting there. I just need to add a space there. Okay. I'm learning about variables. Okay. So where did I go wrong? Index plus 1. Index at 0, begin loop. Index plus, as long as index is less than length. Did I define, hold on, print length. Okay, so the length function worked. Does it have to be less than or equal to? Python topic 0, index plus 1. Oh, does this need to, if it's 0, it's always going to be 0. So does this need to be index? Yay! Yay! I figured it out. Big brain. Holy fuck! I got a big brain. Okay, when they said in brackets index, I thought they literally meant like 0. So I was like, okay, I put 0. but it doesn't make sense. But it does now. Infinite loops. I can't wait for this. Infinite loops. We've iterated through lists that have a discrete beginning and end. However, let's consider this example. My favorite numbers equals blah, blah, blah. For number in my favorite numbers dot append. Oh, you could do like an append in the loop. Append 1. What would happen if you did append 1? Would it add 1 to the end of it forever? It would add the number 1 forever. Every time we enter the loop, we add a 1 to the end of the list that we're iterating through. As a result, we never make it to the end of the list. It keeps going forever! Yeah! I'm understanding. Okay. I'm understanding. Okay. A loop that never terminates is called an infinite loop. These are very dangerous for our code because they will make our program run forever and thus consume all of your computer's resources. A program that hits an infinite loop often becomes completely unusable. The best course of action is to avoid writing infinite loop. Wait, so does this mean you can brick your program forever? Like you can't like exit the program and go back in before running it to fix it? I'm gonna turn on the heater. It's really cold in here. Sorry. Oh, you just edit it until you restart the process. So you have to kill the process, open it again, and then you can fix it. Okay, infinite loops. Dangerous for code. What'd they say? Program becomes completely unusable. That's really funny. I feel like it's just, I'm sure there's a more, like a smarter way to understand it, but like, it's so funny how there's like errors for things, but not an error for like, you've created an infinite loop that's gonna like kill everything. It's really like interesting to me that that's something that like doesn't have an error. Oh, or the program can crash, that's true. Kill it before it grows too strong, cut it off at the head. Oh, that's a really good point. Oh, why? A computer can't detect the infinite loops. How would it know it's infinite? Does this unit have a soul? It turns out you can't determine if a program will halt. Oh, okay. It's a cornerstone of computer science. Oh, interesting. It could just be very long. So it's like the computer's like, technically I can do this. Like I understand the instructions, but it doesn't know that the instructions it's getting are gonna fucking kill it. Like kill the program. Just to make things harder, sometimes you want an infinite loop. Oh, fun. Hi, bro team. Exactly, right. I love when y'all tell me I'm right. Let's fix an infinite loop to see it in action. Okay. Suppose we have two lists of students, students period A and students period B. We want to combine all students into students period B. In your code editor, we have provided you a loop. Go ahead and uncomment line 5, and before you run the code, ponder why this code would cause an infinite loop. Okay. Oh, it's the same thing that they taught me. For student, in students period A dot append student, print student. What the fuck? Well, first of all, there's nothing to define it to tell it when to stop. It also doesn't reference students period B at all. So there's no way for it to know that it's going into students period B. For student in students period A dot append student. So you're adding every student to the end of student period A forever. And it's just gonna loop forever. When you're ready, run this code. What do you notice happens? Over the run button, notice the loading circle is continuing without anything happening. This is an infinite loop. To end this program, we must refresh the page. Note, the reason this loop is infinite is that we're adding each student in students period A to students, yes, to period A, which would create a never-ending loop. I figured it out. I'm getting it. Okay, I'm just not even gonna bother running it. I'm just gonna, because we've been there. Delete the line causing the infinite loop and fix it to accomplish the original goal of combining all students from student. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let me go back to my list, my for loops stuff. So, so we could use range. So let's see. It would be students period A. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Length. I could do A length equals len students period A, which is going to be 4. So I could say students period B, append student, print student. And then I could do student, sorry, I have to look at my notes. For variable in range 6, they're really good at giving me a challenge that they didn't like specifically teach me how to do, but I have to like figure it out on my own. It's really interesting. For student in, But usually you'd put the range here, right? For variable in range. For variable in collection action. It would be, but how would, is this, I don't even think this is right. I feel like I need to put a range. I'm going to run it and see what happens. Wait, what if I do, and then, okay, hold on, outside of this, I don't need to see all the names. We could do append student, print students period B to see if it worked. It worked? I did it right? Oh my God, I thought it was gonna be way more complicated than that. Okay, for student in students period A, so it's saying these, student period B, that list, append and add student, which is from A. I thought it was gonna be way harder. Oh my God, it worked. Yay! I love when it works. Yay! Okay, cool. That wasn't as scary as I thought it was gonna be. Loop control break. Loop control break. Loops in Python are very versatile. Python provides a set of control statements that we can use to get even more control out of our loops. Let's take a look at a common scenario that we may encounter to see a use case for loop control statements. Take the following list items on stale as our example. It's often the case that we want to search a list to check if a specific value exists. What does our loop look like if we want to search for the value of knit dress and print out found it if it did exist? It would look something like this. For, they're putting if statements in a for loop? We're putting if in for? It would look something like this. For item in items on sale, if item equals knit dress, print found it. Why do you have to put the double equals though? Is it because it's an if statement? Do we do that in if statements? Oh my God, my notes are getting so hard to get through. Good night, W Long. Have a good one. Where did we write down about if statements? Yes, because it's an if statement. I didn't write down any if examples because I'm dumb. Okay, I'll just have to remember. If item equals knit dress, found it. But if it doesn't equal knit dress, like if it's not there, it's not going to print anything. Unless you put else. You could do if item equals knit dress, print found it, else print your SOL. Oh, it's making a Boolean. That's what it's doing because it needs to be true or false. Okay. This code goes through each item in items on sale and checks for a match. This is all fine and dandy, but what's the downside? Once knit dress is found in the list, items on sale, we don't need to go through the rest of the items on sale list. Unfortunately, a loop will keep running until we've reached the end of the list. Since it's only 5 elements long, iterating through the entire list is not a big deal in this case, but what if items on sale had 1,000 items? What if it had 100,000 items? This would be a huge waste of time for our program. Thankfully, you can stop iteration from inside the loop by using, oh! So you like end it once it's found it so it doesn't go through every single one by using break loop control statement. When the program hits a break statement, it immediately terminates the loop. Oh, it's another indentation. Print end of search. Okay, cool. Break statement ends loop when condition is met. Okay. That's cool. It has to be another indent. Indent help begins. I can't wait. Else print you suck. Else print I'm gonna kick Godfiend in the balls. Okay, for example, items on sale, blue shirt, striped socks, knit dress, red headband, dinosaur onesie, whatever. So if item equals, for items on sale, print item. If item equals knit dress, break. So is this gonna print every item until it hits knit dress? So this loop is gonna print blue shirt, striped socks, knit dress. Oh, yeah, that's literally what it just said. I need to learn to read. Oh, thank you, Nayora. I appreciate it. I love the new hair. I'm obsessed with it. I don't think I'm ever going to change it again. When the loop entered the if statement and saw the break, it immediately ended the loop. We didn't need to check the elements of red headband or dinosaur onesie at all. Now let's break some loops. You have a list of dog breeds you can adopt. Dog breeds available for adoption. Using a for loop, iterate through the dog breeds available for adoption list and print out each dog breed. Use the temporary variable name of dog breed in your loop declaration. Okay, so that would be for dog breed, which would be the temporary variable. In dog breeds available for adoption, it would be print dog breed if equals Dalmatian break. I could also put could I put dog breed I want instead of typing out Dalmatian? Let me see. No, I broke it. Is it if dog breed equals Dalmatian? No. Syntax error expected, colon? Colon. Oh, because it's an if statement. It didn't work. If dog, print dog breed. If dog breed, Are you comparing if dog breed is equal to dog breed I want? Oh, okay. If dog breed is equal to dog breed I want. Break. There we go. Oh, they have the dog I want. Okay. If so, print they have the dog I want. So would it be if dog breed equals dog breed I want, print they have the dog I want, and then break. Add a break statement when your loop is, oh, I was supposed to go through these? Oh, I spelled Dalmatian wrong. That would explain it. I can't spell. I keep forgetting there's like instructions I have to follow, and I try to just do it all by myself. Okay, got it. So it could be if temp variable equals variable break. Okay. We're almost there. We're almost done with this one. Loop control continue. Continue. While the break control statement will come in handy, there are other situations where we don't want to end the loop entirely. What if we only want to skip the current iteration of the loop? Let's take this list of integers as our example. What if we want to print out all the numbers in a list, but only if they are positive integers? Oh, for I in big number list, if I is greater than or equal to 0, continue, print I. Interesting. So it would skip the negatives. We can use another common loop control statement called continue. So does this automatically, I don't have to put if I less than 0 break, because then it would just end the whole loop. But it's just gonna, this is gonna like, this if statement's gonna weed out all of the stuff I don't want. Interesting. This would produce the output 12452. Notice a few things. Similar to when we were using the break control statement, our continue control statement is usually paired with some form of conditional if else statement. When our loop first encountered an element -1 that met the conditions of the if statement, it checked the code inside the block and saw the continue. When the loop then encounters a continue statement, it immediately skips the current iteration and moves on to the next element in the list, 4. Every time our loop entered the if statement, saw the continue statement, it simply moved to the next iteration of the list and thus never reached the print statement. Oh, so the print statement needs to be on the same indentation. I wonder if it would break it if it was on like a further indentation. Now that I think on it, they should have called it skip instead of continue. I think if they called it skip, then it would need to, less than or equal to 0. Yeah, skip would make more sense. But I don't know. I'm not a pioneer. Try it. You always know just what to say. I'm not a pioneer of software engineering. I don't know anything. Okay. Your computer is the doorman at a bar in a country where the drinking age is 21. I wonder what one country that could be. Loop through the ages list. If an entry is less than 21, skip it and move on to the next entry. Otherwise, print the age. Okay, so for age in ages, if age less than 21, continue, print age. We did it! Who's the 12-year-old trying to get into a bar? I admire the bravery to be 12 trying to get into a bar. Yo, first try. Wee woo, wee woo. Nested. We're getting into nested. It's me. I'm the 12-year-old. Loops can be nested in Python as they can with other programming languages. We will find certain situations that require nested loops. Okay. Oh, I didn't take loop notes. Sorry. Hold on. Continue. If temp less than equal to 0, continue. Skips elements unwanted. Okay, sorry, I didn't take any notes. Age 17 was last. I can respect someone who's 20 trying. One time I was trying to buy a game at GameStop, and it was the week of my birthday of me turning 18, and it was an M-rated game, and I showed them my ID, and I was like, hey man, I'm like 2 days away from turning 18. Can I just have it? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whatever. Nested loops. Suppose we are in charge of a science class that is split into 3 project teams. Project teams Ava, Samantha, James, Lucille, Zed, Edgar, Gabriel. How come they get 3 people? They broke the law? Ooh, you're in trouble. Using a for or while loop can be useful here to get each team. For team in projects, print team, would output each team. Okay. What if we wanted to print each individual student? In this case, we would actually need to nest our loops to be able to loop through each sublist. Here's what it would look like. For team in project teams, for student in team. Oh, so you're building upon the temporary variable that you've set, and you can still use it because you're still technically in the list, even though you're starting a new loop inside a loop. This is genius. They were onto something when they wrote loops, man. They were onto something. So you can make a temporary variable inside the temporary variable. This would output Ava, Samantha, James, Lucille, Zed, Edgar, Gabriel. Okay. We have provided the list sales data that shows the number of scoops sold for different flavors of ice cream at 3 different locations: Scoop Academy, Gilbert's Creamery, and Manny's Scoop Shop. I almost said Scoop Shoop. The crazy. We want to sum up the total number of scoops sold across all 3 locations. Start by defining a variable, scoops sold, and set it to 0. Okay. Scoops sold equals 0. Loop through the sales data list and use the following guidelines. For our temporary variable for the loop, call it location. Print each location. Loop through the sales data list using the following guidelines. For our temporary variable of the loop, wait, hold on, let me read this again. We want to sum up the total number of scoops sold across all 3. Okay. So it would be for temporary variable of the loop, call it location. For location, that makes sense because each index is a location, and then each sub-index, I think, is how much they sold. For location in sales data, print location. So this would print 12, 17, 22, and then 2, 10, 3, and then 5, 12, 13. Okay, cool, it did what I wanted. Within our sales data loop, nest a secondary loop to go through each location sublist element and add the element value to scoops sold. By the end, you should have the sum of every number in the sales data nested list. Okay. Within our sales data loop, nest a secondary loop to go through each location's sublist element and add element value to scoop sold. Okay, so would it be say I could do sale for sale in location. Oh, how would I, it would be sale plus equals scoops sold? You should have the sum of every number in the sales data nested list. So this would be print scoops sold? No. Okay. I did get a little confident. Unexpected indent. Oh, so it's not necessary. So what if I indent it down here in the original one? Maybe just not in the loop? Unexpected indent. Where is the indent? Which one is unexpected? Oh, is it because I did for and not if? What if it's like, oh, okay. For location in sales data, print location, that worked. For, it has to be further indented, doesn't it? Because, oh, maybe it doesn't. Can it be here? Because this one doesn't start with an indent. Print location, for sale in location. I fucked it up. Okay. Say for sale in location. Oh, how do I do this? How do I? So I determined these as sales, didn't I? So it would be for sale in location. Sale plus I'm so confused. I didn't write any notes for this one. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Within our sales data loop, nest a secondary loop to go through each location sublist element and add the element value to scoop sold. By the end, you should have the sum of every number in the sales data. Where did I go wrong? Because I would assume for sale in location means it's the new variable is the sub index of each of these. Okay, where did I go wrong? For student in team. Oh, this is where they get me because they don't teach me how to add them. It only teaches you how to print them separately. So I'm like, how do I add it? Would it be the other way around? Would it be scoops sold sale? Scoops sold equals sale? Oh, sorry. Plus equals sale? Oh, I did it backwards. I did it backwards. I did it backwards. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. We did it. I figured it out. Print out the value of scoop sold outside of the nested loop, which I already did. Okay. Okay, so hold on. Let me write notes for that. Nested loops. Loop within loop. So it can be for location in list For sale in location. Okay. Oh, that one was tough. List comprehension's introduction. So far, we've seen many of the ideas about using loops in our code. Python prides itself on allowing programmers to write clean and elegant code. We've already seen this with Python giving us the ability to write while and for loops in a single line. Uh-oh, here we go. This is where chat gets upset. In this exercise, we are going to examine another way we can write elegant loops in our programs using list comprehensions. Okay. List comprehensions. Your mind's going to blow up for real. Oh, no. Is this bad? Everyone looks nervous. Now I'm nervous. To start, let's say we had a list of integers and wanted to create a list where each element is doubled. We could accomplish this using a for loop and a new list called doubled. Oh, so you have to make the list empty so it can create a new list. Interesting. For number in numbers, double dot append number times 2. Excuse me. Okay. Doubled dot append parentheses number times 2. That's interesting. Let's see how we can use the power of list comprehensions to solve these types of problems in one line. Here's our same problem, but now written as a list comprehension. You know what's so funny? Something like this would be so helpful for recipes, because I find that like when I find recipes online, they're meant for like 6 people. They're meant for like a family, like a household full of like people. But it's just me. So I'm like, I don't really want to cook 6 people's worth of stuff. So it would be so nice to be able to like divide it by like 2 to get like half, to like have the ingredients to be able to like make the meal, but with half the ingredients instead of all of them. It would be very interesting. Let's see how we can use the power of list comprehensions to solve these types of problems in one line. Oh no, not the one line. Here's our same problem, but now written as a list comprehension. Numbers equal doubled equals numbers, num times 2 for num in numbers. That's interesting because they referenced a variable that hasn't been set yet. That's really interesting. Oh wait, did you guys say it reads right to left? This is actually really fascinating to me. I would assume it would be for num in numbers, num times 2. New list equals expression for element in collection. Okay. New list equals expression for element in collection. In our doubled example, our list comprehension takes an element in the list numbers. Comprehensions are top tier. Okay, no, I'm excited. How are we doing list comprehensions when we don't even know how to write a function? If it makes you feel better, functions are the next lesson. They're next. So we're almost there. We won't get to them today. We'll save it for next week, but it is the next one in the syllabus. Takes an element in the list numbers, assigns that element to a variable called num, which is our element, applies the expression on the element stored in num, and adds the result to a new list called doubled. So the doubled, you make the list first, and then you put all of this stuff inside the list, and then you can print it. Repeat steps 1 through 3 for every element in the numbers list or collection. Our result would be the same, 4, -2, 1, 4. Okay. We've been provided a list of grades in a physics class. Using a list comprehension, create a new list called scaled grades that scales the class grades based on the highest score. Since the highest score was a 90, we simply want to add 10 points to all the grades in the list. Wait, scales the class grades based on the highest score? Huh? What is scaling grade? Oh, it's a curve. A teacher's cheating. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so that would be empty. And then it would be for grade in grades. Scaled grades dot append parentheses grade plus 10? No. Did you add 10 to each grade? I thought I did, bitch. Bitch, I thought I did. Grade plus 10. For grade and grade, scaled grades dot append. So I'm editing this list to add grade plus 10, and it's in a loop. Grade and grades. Where'd I fuck up? Okay. For number in numbers, doubled dot append grade plus 10. Yeah, what'd I do? Did you add 10 to each grade? Yeah. Yeah. It worked. Huh? Create a new list called scaled grades that scales the class grades based on high score. Since the high score was 90, we simply want to add 10 points to all grades in the list. I did do that. Oh, it wants me to do it. Does it specifically? Wait, no. Hello? Read it again. We have been provided a list of grades in physics class using a list comprehension. Create a new list called scaled grades. Is that not what I've been learning this whole time? Or does it want me to do it in one thing? We could accomplish new list. What was? Oh, it wants me to do it in one thing. Okay. So that would be. It would be scaled grades equals expression, which is grade plus 10 for grade in grades. Oh, Jesus. I like the other way better. List comprehension, but no reading comprehension. I thought these were all list comprehensions. Like, I thought this was a list comprehension. I thought it was just like, this is another way to do it. Print scaled grades. Okay. We done it. List comprehension conditionals. List comprehensions are very flexible. We can even expand our examples to incorporate conditional logic. Suppose we wanted to double only our negative numbers from, oh God. Oh, we can use if statements for this. We will start by using a for loop and a list only negative doubled. Okay. List comprehension conditionals. Adds extra condition to list. Oh, there's more list comprehensions. Let's go. Let's go. For num in numbers, if number is less than 0, only negative double dot append number times 2. So it will only duplicate 2, 79, 33. It'll leave negative 1 and 45 alone. Oh, sorry. So it's the opposite. It would only do the negatives. Oh, okay, because this is a new list. Okay, I'm there. Now here is what our code would look like using a list comprehension. Oh, Jesus. Num times 2 for num in numbers if num less than 0. Okay. In our negative doubled example, our list comprehension takes an element in the list numbers, assigns that element into a variable called num, checks if the condition num less than 0 is met by the element stored in num. If so, it goes to step 4. Otherwise, it skips and goes to the next element in the list. So once it gets to if, it just skips like all of this to go to the next one, which is negative 1. Applies the expression. Okay. We can also use if-else conditions directly in our comprehensions. For example, let's say we wanted to double every negative number, but triple all positive numbers. Oh, so num doubled if number is less than 0, else number times 3. So that would mean that anything over 0, so anything, 0 and up would be tripled. Ah, cool. No, this is a bit different than our previous comprehension. Since the conditional if num less than 0, else num times 3 comes after the expression num times 2, but before our 4 keyword. Yeah, this part's really confusing. Number times 2, if num less than 0, else num times 3 for num in numbers. So the for num in numbers comes after. That's where it's going to get me, I think, because I would be used to writing for num in numbers if number less than 0 times 2, else num times 3. Man, list comprehensions, ain't nothing elegant about list comprehensions. Hi, OGB. It's so good to see you. How are you? Conditions, example. List, new list equals num times 2 if num less than 0, else, underline, num times 3 for num in list. Okay. Here are a few list comprehensions in a single block. Take a moment to compare how the syntax must change depending on whether or not an else clause is included. No if, num times 2 for num in numbers. So that would be all of them are doubled. If only, num times 2 for num in numbers if the number is less than 0. So only negative 1 and negative 45. If else, they double if they're negative, else they're tripled. Okay. Hi, Nassos. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm like a little locked in right now. List comprehensions are for turning leak code problems into insane one-liners and destroying code readability. That's what everyone is saying. Everyone's like, dude, don't even bother. I'm trying to get it, though. I'm glad I have everything written down. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with list comprehensions. They are great sometimes, but a nightmare for code readability. I feel like if you were coding something by yourself, it could be understandable, but if you're doing it with like a team of people, like if a team of people are trying to access code, I feel like it'd be so confusing. Okay, we have defined a list heights of visitors to a theme park. In order to ride the topsy-turvy Tumbletron roller coaster, you need to be above 161 centimeters. Is it you have to be above 161 or 161 and above? There is standard loop written backwards on one line. Love that. They're like, we're writing it backwards. Why? I don't know. You figure it out. Using a list comprehension, create a new list called can ride coaster that has every element from heights that is greater than 161. Okay. Can ride coaster equals, oh, so that would be if num greater than 161 for num in heights? No. If num. Okay, so it's not if num first. So would it be for num in heights if num greater than 161? But we're not like doubling it or like adding anything. Can ride coaster that has every element from heights that is greater than 161. 4. So it's breaking at the beginning. So what if I did I don't know. How would I write this? Where's my other one? Where's my other list? Expression for element in collection. Expression for element in collection. So would it be num greater than 161 for num in heights? False, true, false, false. Does it need to be greater than or equal to? No. True, true, false. Did not match 164, 170. Wait, hold on. Wait, so what happened? So, oop. Did not match 164, 170, 163, 163. False, true. False, false, false. True, true, true. False. So yes, it did. It literally does match 164, 170, 163. Where am I going wrong with this one? I defined it. We have defined a list of heights of visitors to a theme park. You need to be above 161 centimeters. Using a list comprehension, create a new list called Can Ride Coaster that has every element from heights that is greater than 161. I'm just going to view the solution because I don't know what it wants me to write. Num greater than 164 for num in heights. Oh. Height for height in heights. If height greater than... Hi, Wasabi. You ready to loop? You heard we were learning about loops and you were like, I want to come cuddle. Height for height in heights if height over 161. So it would be, why do you have to put num first? Because usually 4 comes first. Usually 4 comes first. So it's weird that it says like it would be like num for num in heights if num. Oh, probably because you're setting the value. Otherwise, you're not setting a value. You're just telling it a condition, but it's not telling it to add something. Okay. Keep my code. I like my code better. You learned about loops? Were you hearing me learn about loops? That's my baby. That's my baby. So when you were saying all those Booleans, that was because you were selecting the Boolean values. Okay, but it wasn't actually printing, it wasn't actually adding the value to the list. Now we don't need to double it, so it's just num. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Your ear looks really good today. It doesn't look like you've been kicking it. We're going to snuggle so hard tonight. I'm almost done with my stream. I'm almost done editing my video. Then when I'm all done, I can make a hot chocolate. We can snuggle in bed. We could turn on the heated blanket. I could put birds on the TV. I could put birds on the TV. You can fight Sesame so he's not allowed on the bed like you always do. Your list was Booleans. And what's wrong with Booleans? Are you done? Can we not be on my desk? Can we get down? Thank you. Okay, so it would be num for num in heights if num greater than 161. Okay, because this like sets the value, I feel like, or just skip comprehensions for now. No, I'm going to do it in the order it wants me to, because I'm assuming these are going to come up again when I learn about functions. Does that make more sense? Not really. Not really, but I understand I wrote it in the wrong way. I think it makes sense to have to put the actual value first. But I think, like, I was saying earlier how it's kind of like Spanglish, how you're like, it's like English, Python, English, Python, English, Python, English. So it's like num for num in heights if num. And it like sounds like gibberish when I say it out loud. So I think I need to sleep on it. I think I just need to sleep on it. That's all. Print can ride coaster. Yay. It's hard to explain, but there's not much you can do about it. It's just hard to learn this stuff written, you know? This is a very hard to read, write, comprehend version of this concept. I'm not a fan of what I'm saying. I'm not a fan. Me, every time I watch my own stream, I am not a fan of what I'm saying. Good job. In this lesson, you learned how to write a for loop, use a range in a loop, how to write a while loop. Oh my God, dude. It feels like we've been learning this for like years. What infinite loops are and how to avoid them, how to control loops using break and continue, how to write elegant loops as list comprehensions. Let's get some more practice. Okay. Create a list called single digits that consists of the numbers 0 through 9 inclusive. I'm assuming inclusive means they want 9 included also. So single digits equals list parentheses range parentheses 10. First try. Yeah, love that they called it elegant. Love that they called it elegant. Create a for loop that goes through single digits and prints out each one. Okay. For loop. Oh my God, dude. I'm already forgetting everything. Wasabi, I need you to get off my desk. I love you so much. I love you so much, but I'm trying to learn how to code. I'm trying to learn how to code. Create a list any percent. Holy shit. Holy shit. So it would be for, where are my notes? For loop, for variable in collection action. So it would be for digit in digits and then print digit, or sorry, 4 digit in single digits print digit. I can't type when I'm holding you, Bubbers. My little bubbly boy. I love you. I know you want to snuggle, but the more you do this, the more you put off the snuggling, you know? I love having a cat. You smell so good. Cat. I love cats. Do we have to keep coding? I want to hold my cat. I want to hold my cat. There's an F sharp also? There's a C sharp and an F sharp? Mother, I crave snuggles. Mother, I crave snuggles. I hated learning Python and Java because I wanted to know where my includes were. Oh, now chat's speaking another language. Wild true snuggle cat. Thanks. Okay, let's see. 4-digit in single digits. I know. I can't, dude. When he wants my attention, he wants all electronics turned off, all of my limbs wrapped around him, and he wants me to stop breathing, and he wants me to stare at him. Like, I cannot multitask. Snuggling is a 100% attention required task. He is being a baby, and I love him, but I want to code. I want to code. You're making this take so much longer. Baby. Can I put you down now so I can finish? Is he falling asleep? No, he's not. His eyes are open. Can I put you down now so I can finish? I want to be perceived. 10-hour just catting stream. No. I gotta put you down, little boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just let me finish, okay? No. Don't run back to the desk. We're not looping. We're not looping again. He literally just ran straight back to the desk to jump up again. Okay, 4-digit in single digits. Print digit. Okay, cool. Before the loop, create a list called squares. Assign it to be an empty list. Squares equals there. Inside the loop that iterates through single digits, append the squared value of each element of single digits to the list squares. You can do this before or after printing the element. What are you doing in the sink? This motherfucker. Get out of the sink, Bubby. I know you want attention, but you can't be digging through the sink. Okay? I'm sorry. Squares. Append the squared value of each element of single digits to the list squares. You can do this before or after. Append the squared value. So what? Oh, is that? Wait, we learned about this ages ago. Is that the star thing? Or oh my God, what was it? Exponents? Yes. Star symbol for squared or power. Okay, so it would be squares dot append parentheses digit squared 2. After the loop, print out squares. Okay. Print squares. Yay! Yay! Ooh, ooh. Create the list cubes using a list of comprehension on the single digits list. Each element of cubes should be an element of single digits taken to the third power. Okay. Cubed or cubes. Oh, they want a list comprehension. Oh, no. Okay, cubes equals bracket. Digit 3, 4-digit in single digits. I did it. I did it. I did it. Comprehend these nuts. Comprehend this dick in your mouth, okay? I can't do this anymore. Oh my God. Oh, their language is created by Microsoft. C# is based on C++ and Java and intended for general purpose application. F# is a functional programming language. While it has comparable capabilities, the language style more closely resembles Lisp. I don't know what Lisp is. Now we're getting into like, I don't understand territory. Now we're getting into I don't get it territory. Is it quiz time? Okay. I think it's quiz time. No help. No help. If I fail, let me fail. Lisp is when you speak like this. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Quiz time? No help. Wait, you know what we need? For I in range 3, print 5. For I in range, what the fuck? Well, it would stop at 3. Shit! Those are numbers supplied by range, but the loop itself prints 5 each. Oh, because it just says print 5. Okay, got it. Which of these list comprehensions will create a list equal to desired list? Equal to desired list. Dude, this I variable is pissing me off. Sorry. Create a list equal to desired list. I less than 5 or greater than 5. Yes. For I in my list, if I is greater than 5 should work. Yay! Okay. What would be the output of the following code? Drink choices, coffee, tea, water, juice, soda. For drink in drink choices, print drink. For drink in drink choices, it would print them each. It would print it like this. Okay. Group topics. Fill in the code to loop over the list of group topics and print every element in the list. Okay. For sublists in group topics, for sublist element in sublist, print sublist element. Okay. What the fuck is this? Wait. What the hell is that? Fill in the blank with the fill in the blank with the appropriate while condition in order to print the numbers 1 through 10 in order. It would be while I equals range 11. No! I will never equal a range object, so the loop will never be entered. Oh, because I already equals 1, so it would make sense. Okay, but I less than or equal to 10 would work. Okay, what would be the output of the following code? Numbers equals 1, 1, 2, 3. For number in numbers, If number modulo 2 equals 0, break. Oh! So that would be 1, 1, because it would break at 2. Because 2 divided by 2 would be 0. Yay! Okay, what would be the output of the following code? For I in range 3, print I. That would be 0, 1, 2. Yay! Okay. What would be the output of the following code? Numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. For number in numbers, print hello. What the fuck? I don't know if it prints hello once or hello 4 times. I think it might be 4 times because it's for number in numbers. I think it's gonna be 4 times. Yes! Okay. Which of these list comprehensions will create a list equal to desired list? List comprehension. So it's this one or this one? I in range 5. But it doesn't say in desired list. That's what confuses me. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. Shit! I... -1? Wait, I -1? Why would you put I -1? Which of these list comprehensions will create a list equal to desired list? I don't get it. Why is this right? I -1 for I in range 5. Oh, because range 5 would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it has to be -1, so it could be -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I get it. What would be the output of the following code? We just did this question. Oh, continue. Okay. For number in numbers. If number modulo 2 equals 0, continue, print number. So it will actually print 2, but it will stop there. Oh, it will skip it! We talked about this, it skips it. The break is what would make it print it and stop, but the continue would skip it. So it would be 1, 1, 3. Okay, I flopped that really bad. Let's do it again. I would love if it was called skip. We are zooming through, but at what cost, you know? We're zooming through, but like failing. I'm failing and I'm failing fast. For I in range 3, print 5. This would print 5 3 times. Okay, we learned that one. Which of those comprehensions will create the list equal? I kind of wish this was a different quiz every time I had to retake it, because now I'm just going to be like, oh, I know the answer. It would be if I greater than 5, because we want 10, 8, 20. Okay. What would be the output of the following code? Drink choices, print drink. Yes. Group topics, for sublist in group topics, for sublist element in sublist, print sublist element. Fill in the blank with the appropriate while condition in order to print the numbers 1 through 10 in order. I equals 1 while I less than or equal to 10 because the range didn't work. Yes, this will print the counter and then increase the counter by 1 until the counter is 11 and the loop body is not entered. Okay. Output of the following code. If number modulo 2 equals 0, break. So that would be 1, 1. Okay. So it won't print 2, it breaks at 2. For I in range 3, print I. That would be 0, 1, 2. Okay. We're finally slaying. We're out of the flopping, and now we're in the slaying. What would be the output of the following code? Numbers equals 2, 4, 6, 8. For number in numbers, print hello. This is the one where it prints hello 4 times. Yes, because there's 4 numbers. So for number in numbers, print hello, and keep going through the loop until it hits. Okay. Desired list. It is I minus 1, so that it can be the range, but -1. Range 5 will contain the numbers 0 through 4, and the list comprehension will contain each of those -1. Okay. If number modulo 2 equals 0, continue. I really, in my brain, need to see continue and think skip. So that would be 1, 1, 3, because we're skipping 2, because 2 modulo 2 is 0. Okay. It was nice to do it again and understand why I was wrong. First try! Her first try! I don't want to talk to people. No offense. I want to be alone. We're millionaires! We did it! Okay. Oh, so this is the project we have to do. Okay, so this is the project. Here's what to expect. Check off the project tasks as you complete each one. This is not an exam, so you can refer to other resources to help you complete the project. Okay. This is the one that I did by myself accidentally one time. Okay. You are the data analyst at Carly's Clippers, the newest hair salon on the block. Your job is to go through the lists of data that have been collected in the past couple weeks. You will be calculating some important metrics that Carly can use to plan out the operation of the business for the rest of the month. You have been provided with 3 lists: hairstyles, the name of the cuts offered by Carly's Clippers; prices, the price of each hairstyle in the hairstyles list; last week, the number of purchases for each hairstyle type in the last week. Oh, so crew cut got the most because it's 8. Okay. Each index in hairstyles corresponds to an associated index in prices and last week. For example, the hairstyle bouffant has an associated price of 30 from the prices list and was purchased 2 times in the last week, as shown in the last week. Okay. Let me get my notes out. Hold on. Is this where we combine with a zip function? Are we zipping? Let's get started. If you get stuck during this project, click. Okay. Carly wants to be able to market her low prices. We want to find out what the average price of a cut is. First, let's sum up all the prices of haircuts. Create a variable, total price, set it to 0. Okay. Total price equals 0. Loop through the prices list and add each price to the variable total price. Oh shit, how'd I do this? So for price in prices, total price plus equals price. Let me try printing that to make sure I got it right. Oh. Listen, sometimes I'm dumb. Oh my God. Okay, we got it. Okay. After your loop, create a variable called average price that is the total price divided by the number of prices. So print len prices 8. Okay, so 8 prices. I need like a little thing to write these notes down on. Okay. Length 8. Average price, that is the total price divided by the number of prices. Okay. Average. Oh, but it would have to be done. Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't, because total price is permanent. It's not a temporary variable. Okay. Average price, that is the total price divided by number of prices. So total price. Do you just do divided, or is it divide? I'm just going to try it. Print average price. Okay, that worked. I didn't know if I'd have to do divide equal. I didn't know. You can get the number of prices by using the len. I already did it. Print the value of average price so the output looks like. Oh, okay. Print average haircut price plus average price. Shit. It's me versus the plus again. Every time. It's me versus the goddamn plus again. How did I do this? This is like first lesson stuff too. That's what makes it even more embarrassing. This is all stuff I learned in like the first thing. Addition of multiple strings. This is before I wrote down examples. Do I have to do string and like convert it to a string? Oh, it worked! Yay! Okay. String average price. That average price is more expensive than Carly thought it would be. She wants to cut all prices by $5. Use a list comprehension to make a list called new prices, which has each element in prices minus 5. Okay. So new prices equals price minus 2. Oh, minus 2. For price in prices. Print new price. New prices. Oh, minus 5. Minus 5, not 2. Minus 5. Price minus 5 for price in prices. New prices. It worked. It worked. Oh my God, it's going well. It's going well. Oh my God. We're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. Okay. Carly really wants to make sure that Carly's Clippers is a profitable endeavor. She first wants to know how much revenue was brought in last week. Create a variable called total revenue. Okay. I'm gonna print just like some dashes here to separate it. Total revenue equals 0. Okay. Use a for loop to create a variable I that goes from 0 to len hairstyles. In range goes from 0 to len hairstyles. So would it be for I in range Len hairstyles? I feel like this isn't gonna work. It already looks kind of janky. Goes from 0 to Len hairstyles. Oh, but I won't know if it'll work until I like do everything. Okay. Add the product of prices I. Prices I. What the fuck does that mean? Add the product of prices I, the price of the haircut at position I. And last week I, the number of people who got the haircut at position I. What the fuck are you saying? Oh my God. It's like caveman speak. Like trying to read an English sentence with Python stuff inside is like so frustrating. Like it just breaks my brain. Add the product of, they can't both be I because that's one variable. So I'm like, add the product of prices, the price of the haircut at position I. What do you mean position I? And last week I, the number of people who got haircut at position. Dude, the way this is worded is like squeezing my brain. I don't understand what they want. To total revenue at each step. So what do you mean the price of the haircut at position I? What does she want to do? She first wants to know how much revenue was brought in last week. Okay, last week. So it would be add the product of price. Oh my God, dude. This like hurts to read. I think it's hard because like I need someone to like verbally like explain how this all works instead of like reading it. Like reading it hurts so bad, dude. After your loop, print the value of total revenue. So it would be how do you add it all together? Could I do total revenue? I don't know how to add these two lists together and then I'm so lost. Hold on. Where am I? For task number 9, ensure that you are iterating over the range of the length of hairstyles list in each iteration. Calculate the revenue for each hairstyle by multiplying the price at the current index by the number of purchases from last week at the same index. What the fuck? In each iteration, calculate the revenue for each hairstyle by multiplying the price at the current index by the number of purchases. Okay, so I is meant to be the index. And then when it loops, the index changes. So it should be total revenue plus prices I times last week I. And then that should keep looping until it runs out. So let me print, oh Jesus, let me print total revenue and see if it doesn't explode. Holy shit. Okay. So the temporary variable can also be an index, which is really interesting. Okay. Print total revenue, so the output looks like total revenue plus string parentheses. Okay. Why am I sweating? Find the average daily revenue by dividing total revenue by 7. Call this number average daily revenue. Okay. Average daily revenue equals total revenue divided by 7. Print average. Oh my God. I need a hamburger. Okay, cool. We did it. Okay. I need a burger. I need a hamburger. I'm hungry. Having to use my brain this much makes me hungry. This is a hair salon. No, I mean, like, I actually want a hamburger so bad. Okay. Carly thinks she can bring in more customers by advertising all of the haircuts she has that are under $30. Use a list comprehension, my worst nightmare, to create a list called Cuts Under 30 that has the entry hairstyles I for each I for which new prices I is less than 30. Every time I read these instructions, I'm like, I'm having a stroke. I'm having a stroke. Call an ambulance, please. Holy shit. Y'all also smell that burnt toast? Okay, list comprehension. Create a list called Cuts Under 30 equals zero index. I'm the worst. List comprehension. Hold my beer. Welcome to the wonderful world of coding. Yeah, I was saying last week, because last week was my first crash out over coding. I was like, this actually makes me feel like I am a programmer. Like, I feel like this was my hazing, you know? Okay. Oh, this is like the last few tasks, and then we're done, and then I can eat my burger. Okay, use the list comprehension to create a list called Cuts Under 30 that has the entry hairstyles I for each I for which new prices I is less than 30. Okay. Okay, let me get to list comprehensions again. Expression element collection. Or is this the one that's backwards with condition? Oh, no, this one is with conditions. So it would be, it has to be written backwards. So it would be has the entry hairstyles I for each I for which new prices I is less than 30. So it would be new prices I or would it be if no, it can't start with if, can it? So it has to be, oh, I have to create a new thing. Okay. So I'm going to make the variable U30. U30, if U30, or wait, do they want that? They want it to be I. Useless comprehension to create a list. Okay, they want it to be I. Cuts under 30, I. Entry hairstyles I for each I for which new prices I is less than 30. I I hairstyles index I if new prices I less than 30 for, oh my God, dude. Why does the conditional one have to be written backwards? For Jesus Christ. Why does this thing teach list comprehensions? I can't wait to read the YouTube comments on this one, because everyone who watches on YouTube is already pissed with the order that they're teaching me everything. So like, I'm gonna explode. Okay, I'm just gonna write it and print it and see where I fucked up, because it will tell me where I fucked up. Hairstyles I if new prices I less than 30 for I in hairstyles. This is so wrong. I'm completely guessing. Print cuts under 30. All right, where did I fuck up? Everything. Dude, I'm covering it. Sorry. It literally, all the carrots. Hey, you fucked up everything. All of this is fucked up. Okay, great. So cool. Okay, this is great. Expected else after if expression. Why? I for sure thought it was going to tell me what I messed up, but no. Okay. You know what? I'm going to ask for help. I don't care. I'm hungry and I want a burger. For task number 12, use a list comprehension to create cuts under 30. Iterate over the indices of new prices. Okay, already this is not helping. Iterate over the indices of new prices using range len new prices. Oh my fucking God, dude. What does this mean? I don't know how to write this in one line. Iterate over the indices of new prices using range len new prices. For each index I, check if new prices I is less than 30. If true, include hairstyles I in the new list. If that is already done, mark the task complete. Oh, it is not. You made it further than I ever did with coding. Well, this one part is like, don't give me answers. I don't want answers. I don't want answers from chat. I do want to try to figure it out on my own. Iterate over the indices of new prices using range len new prices. So does the range have to come first? I think that's where I'm confused, because depending on the list comprehension, it either goes forwards or backwards. Over the indices of new prices? So, oh my God, my head hurts. I'm actually getting a headache. FYI, avoid list comp at any means necessary. That does not help me because I have to finish this project. That does not help me, thanks. Thank you. I just am like so confused how this is supposed to work. Like, I don't know what order I'm supposed to write everything in. Iterate over the indices of new prices using range len new prices. So do I do that separately or in the same list comprehension? So range len new prices. Oh, well, that would just tell me what it is. Range len new prices would just be the same amount as the last part. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it'd be 8. So it would be for each index I, check if new prices is less than 30. If true, include hairstyles I. So it would be I if new prices I less than 30. If true. Oh, if new prices I less than 30, colon, include hairstyles I in the new list. Hairstyles I. Help. It doesn't want a colon? Is it the semicolon? Love when it's like, hey, bestie, everything's wrong. Dude, I was like, okay, well, surely the error will tell me what's wrong, but it just fucking does this. Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna end my own life. I don't know how to write this. And there's no like, give me the answer. Explain error. It looks like you've encountered, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Stop. It just kept going. It just kept going. Okay. Cuts. Oh, I was almost there. I almost had it. Okay. Else none. If new prices, I less than 30, else none. I don't think I've had to write none before. Else none for I in range len new prices. By the way, I totally caved and got the answer. I'm so hungry. I want to eat food. I want to eat my food. Oh, so it prints literally none? Huh. Okay. I'm so hungry. I need food. This is not correct. Thanks, AI chatbot. I gave up. I'm too hungry. I've been at this for 3 hours. I'm too hungry. Oh my God, look what we're starting next week. Functions. That AI tool misled you. What a surprise. Artificial intelligence, more like artificial, because there is no intelligence. I'm hoping that I can get more from doing the practice stuff every day, because that's been helping a lot. But like, I gave up on that one. I'm too hungry. I can't think straight, and I'm getting into hangry territory, so I just gave up. And I think also, at least from what Chad is saying, list comprehensions will make more sense once I actually start learning other stuff. I'll try it tomorrow. It's fine. Thank y'all for hanging out for another Python learning lesson. I'm very excited to learn functions next week. It's going to be a big day. It's going to be very exciting. Can't wait to rip my hair out during that one too. But thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here and being so patient with me while I'm learning something new. I appreciate it. It's been really fun. I'm excited to keep doing these despite the headaches. So yeah, thank you guys for being here today.